Few fans are laying out their race day attire and, of course, packing their coolers to prepare for the Indy 500 weekend.
And what better way to begin celebrating than with Carb Day? That is where we find our Aaron Lish live before all the festivities begin. Aaron, that shot looks awesome. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day out here. You can see there's a lot more activity. Over in the distance is turn 4. That is where the snake pit is. And the thing about that area is that is where you're going to see a lot of people tailgating, maybe drinking a few beers. And when you are doing that, make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. Over here, you have the grandstands. That is where some of those races are going to be happening today. You have the Freedom 500. Today is the final day of practice for the drivers before the 500. That is at 11 o'clock. And of course, you have the famous pit stop challenge where crews will go head to head to see who can change those cars the fastest. And then they also are having free vaccines by IU Health, and that is available as long as they have those available. And of course, you can't forget the two big bands coming in. You have Foreigner, You're Cold as Ice, and then you have Kool and the Gang, Celebrations. And the thing about that is I'm not a great singer, so you're going to have to come out here and listen to them. It's only $30 for this entire day. Come out here, have a great time. Gates open at 8 o'clock this morning, so that is very soon from now. If there's any problems today, if you get dehydrated or know somebody that does, gets overheated, or there's any type of emergency, there are 15 different locations with first aid stations as well as the emergency center by IU Health. This is going to be an absolute blast today. This kicks off this 500 weekend. And the thing is, what's really hard for people is to actually get to the track. And that is why we have our Alyssa Donovan. She has some alternative ways to get here. Alyssa.
That's right, Aaron, and one of the alternative ways this year is to hop on a scooter, specifically a Lime scooter. That is what IMS is recommending you use, and those scooters there's about 1,000 additional scooters that have been dispatched across downtown Indianapolis to get to the track. And this right here, 10th and Allison Way, at the corner of this is where they are going to have that designated scooter parking. It's not far from the track. IMS and the town of Speedway want scooter riders to take 10th Street from downtown for their route, specifically for safety. That street will be closed to traffic on race day. IMS is recommending people do use Lime scooters, and that's because that company has committed to swapping out used scooters with fully charged replacements. So if you take a scooter to the race, there will be a fully charged one for you to take one back downtown. Now, another way that you can avoid some of this traffic when you're riding to the track is by riding with the annual Bike to the 500 event. The police escorted ride departs from City Market at 9:30 on Sunday morning. Cyclists get to park right outside of Gate 1. Tickets are $13 in advance and $20 the day of. If you plan to take an Uber or a Lyft to the track, you'll be dropped off and picked up at the corner of Main and Gilman Street. And Uber is also allowing riders to reserve their rides ahead of time. Now, there is also a few other options that people can use. If you don't want to be outside, we have that potential for some rain on Sunday, don't want to ride a scooter or a bike. There are also some shuttle services that are available to people coming to the track on Sunday. The cheapest one I could find was about $30, and the prices just go up from there. So if you're willing to get outside, you might want to find the cheaper option, which will be Lime or riding a bike. Reporting live, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
All right, some great info there. Thank you, Alyssa. Well, if you have been living under a rock, today is Carb Day. And here is a look at the events on tap. Indy 500 drivers will have their final practice at 11 o'clock this morning. At noon, we will have a special 1-hour Trackside 6 broadcast right here on RTV6. That's followed by the Indy Lights Freedom 100 race at 1. Then at 3:30, the Carb Day concerts begin with Kool and the Gang. They're followed by the headliner, Foreigner.